I want to say, dear God, I want to thank you for everything that you've done for us. I want to thank you for everything you've done for me. I want to thank you for being there on a daily basis. Thank you for giving, us an olive branch to reach out to, having our back, you know what I mean? I want to thank you for that. It means a lot. It means a lot. I want to acknowledge you today. Acknowledge you today. You know, I seen something that was very inspiring. I always capture moments. My mind is like a, camera. Sometimes I take pictures, and I remember it was these guys, man. Went to a resort with a friend of mine, man, and these guys had a golf club. It was pretty cool, man. This was a really nice place. It was super nice, and it was packed, man. And it wasn't the fact that these guys come of great wealth, kudos to them on that. But it's the way that they had a place to come of peace, the place to come to relax and just be themselves. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And you open doors like that. You keep doors open like that. We just have to find those little nooks and crannies. And it's I seen some other guys this morning who were playing tennis. I've seen them before, one other time before, and they were out there playing tennis at their club, or they had a swimming pool or whatever, but they chose to play tennis, and they kind of meet up in the morning, early morning hours, like myself. I'm an early morning person. And then, as I'm going further down the road, I see about 40 guys on bikes, riding, and they were, all grouped up, man, helmets on. They were doing their thing, man, doing their thing. And then the second group came through, about 50 of them, doing their thing, I remember I was in California, and these ladies they had this thing where they were all mothers and had babies recently, and so they would all meet up at this park, this beautiful park. I mean, this place was amazing. And they would meet up at this park, and at first they would do exercise and everything. Keep in mind, they had the strollers. All of them had strollers, and had the strollers either next to them or in front of them. And then they would do their exercises, and then after that, they would get together and walk the walkway, and walk around in circles in the walkway, all with their strollers. It was just beautiful, man. It's this world, this life, this what you put together is a beautiful thing, And yes, sure, we don't always treat it right. We don't always come at it right. We don't come at each other right always, But that doesn't take away the fact that it's beautiful. This tree behind me is beautiful. This sky behind me is beautiful. The sun that's up is beautiful, I just want to thank you for all that. I really do. And I'm looking forward to a time where I could get back to enjoying all of those things and get out of this real life cycle. I'm not a real life cycle person. And that comes sometimes when you go outside of your zone. You go outside of who you are. And some of us are meant to be normal and live normal lives. Some of us are not. And however we are, whether we're different, whether we're, considered, normal, as everyday people or whatnot, we have to be ourselves at all times. And, I noticed that throughout my life when I went back and did a review, that it was only the times that I went outside of my zone because I happen to be a little different and I was trying to be normal, that things didn't go so well. And when I was being myself, my different self, man, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. You may catch me at one of them, clubs or something like that, or something similar, something resembling that. But the point is, I was living life. And that's so important because isn't that the whole point of it all, right? Isn't that the whole point of it all? I want to thank you, man, for, my mom, her health and everything, and, despite, debilitating disease, she's been doing it. she's been doing it, man, and I'm very proud of her. I'm honored to have her as my mom, man, and she's definitely a role model of mine, no doubt about it. I look up to her in so many ways, you know. She's just a grand person, and just to know, you know, that she's a phone call away. I thank you for that. I thank you for that. And I thank you for, you know, all the things that you continue to provide for us as a society and giving us room to grow. You know, it's our choice how we choose to use it. It's our choice how we choose to, you know, even behave, or how we choose to go about life. You know what I mean? But I will also, that makes me also want to throw in this prayer. I mean, it's this thanking to you, dear God, this letter to you, you know, that through those that are going through hard times, you know, I would pray that you would give them peace, give them solace, give them guidance, you know, give them a way out. You know, I always know you do that. You always give us ways out, you know, and I know you're a last minute guy, you know, and we can't change that, you know. You got your style, you deserve to have your style, you deserve to be yourself, you deserve to, you know, be you. And so we're not gonna try to change you, you know, not gonna try to, you know, change your style or whatnot, you know, but just make sure, God, when you do come with them, come in time, you know what I mean? Come just in time, man. Come in time where they have time to, you know, not only, you know, partake in the grace that you have given them, but also so that they can make their move and still have time to live this beautiful life, you know? That's what it's about sometime in life. Sometime it is about time. Sometime it is about, you know, opportunities. Sometime it is about opening up new doors. And so I'm constantly seeking to open up new doors for myself, you know? And right now I'm in an interesting moment in time, and I won't get into any specifics, but I would say that, you know, I'm trying to trying to do something huge. I didn't, you know, foresee it coming. You know, it's funny how you guide us down a path, and one minute is this, and the next minute is that. And so I'm praying that for the work that I'm putting in on behalf of an entire family, you know, that you will make everything work out, make everything come to fruition, make everything, you know, right, you know. And so I always need your help. I always ask for your guidance. I always ask for your assistance. And I thank you, you know, just for this morning. It's just this morning, I've seen some beautiful things, you know. I was gonna make this video somewhere, this little spot I found, you know, and it's a brick wall usually behind me and things, but I thought about it and it just didn't look good enough. Not good enough for you. Not good enough for you. It needs to have your nature in it. It need to have your background in it, you know. And I wanted you to feel that vibe, you know. So again, you know, I don't have any words to thank you for all the things you have done for me. You know, I don't have any words to thank you for all the stuff you've done, like I said, for my mom, you know, for my children, you know, and I'm glad that you know, kept your word. You kept your word. You said, you know, hey, as long as they stay on a path, I'm gonna make sure they're gonna be all right. And you did that. You did that. You kept your word, and you always kept your word. And I know, I see you. I see you. I just want you to know, I see you. I see you. You know. And so once I finish this journey I'm on right now, I'm ready to live my best life. I'm ready to live my best life. And although I've had great things happening, you know, in my world, and things of, you know, times I've had that, you know, were filled with, you know, my level of joy, I know that there's higher. You know, I know that there's greater. I know that there's more. And I'm seeking to get that. And so I want your help in that. I never request nothing. I never ask of anything. You know, I remember, man, it's funny because my dad, man, you know, he had this little thing, you know, he used to do, you know. Yeah, he had he lived a street life, you know what I mean? And that's and one thing about him, what he did do, you know, he made sure you know, he didn't hurt nobody. You know what I mean? He was always trying to help people, and everybody that was in his corner, everybody that, you know, surrounded him, he made sure that, you know, he was there for them. You know what I mean? And they was a unit. And that's that respect that they had for him, you know, that made it even, that made him great, you know, in his world. And that's not the ideal life that you would have chosen. And I think in the end, one thing he did do, he felt like that wasn't a life that he chose. So I will, you know, say on his behalf that when later on in life, he got to his 60s, but he went back to school, got his GED, then he went to college, you know, started going to college. It's crazy in his 60s, right? And he was just trying to make things right, you know what I mean? He wanted to know, you know, had he went the path that you would have chosen for him, you know, could he have made it? Could he have done it? You know, he was super intelligent, and he proved he could do it. He proved he could do it, and that's how he chose to go out, you know. And so he wanted to honor you, you know. And so he was very attentive to our family. He really just stopped life and brought all his kids together, man, and brought this unified thing together, and that still exists to this day because of him, you know. So, you know, we all may go down different paths, and it may not always be, you know, the path that's chosen for us, you know, by, you know, obviously your standards and things of that nature. But, you know, we are trying beings. We are trying beings. And so, you know, we do the best we can, you know. So thank you for forgiving us. Thank you for forgiving us. Thank you for opening up a door for forgiveness within ourselves, you know, for the mistakes we may make and things of that nature. So I just don't have no words enough to thank you for everything that you've done. And, you know, I've ran into those that might have, you know, spiritual thoughts and different thinking, you know, as far as that goes. And I'm not a religious person, you know. I don't know if that's against me or not, you know. I'm spiritual, you know, and so it's kind of a different thing, you know. But one thing about it, I don't judge people, you know what I mean. I don't feel like no human being has that position, that right, you know what I mean. And I just, you know, I feel like, you know, we all live our own lives, and, you know, we should be proud of each other. And that's just how I feel, you know what I mean. I'm not flexible on that. I'm not flexible on respecting everyone, even those that might not respect me. You know, I'm not flexible on that. But I will ask you, I say this, bring up my dad, because one thing about my dad, I never asked him for anything. Even though he would have, you know, he would have great wealth at times, you know, for a large period of his life, you know, through other means, not always those means I mentioned, but he would always, he was doing okay, let me put it that way. But one thing I never asked my dad for anything. And the same thing with you. I've never asked you for anything. Not that I can remember, let me say that. But I'm asking you for something now. I am asking for something now. I want to live my best life. I want to live my best life. And I want you to know I took the time to grow. I took the time to gain understanding about what's important in life. I took in time to renew myself, to reinvent myself, to turn around here and, you know, have, you know, different goals and see exactly what's important. And so, you know, I've done all that hard work, and, you know, I want to benefit from it. I want to you know, live my best life. I want to live my best life, but I need your help to do so. You blessed me to be a thinking man. You blessed me to be, you know, adventurous. You blessed me to be ambitious. But still, I need some help. I need you know, I need you to continue to guide me. I need you to continue to be with me. I need you to continue, you know, to strengthen me more and more and more. I'm Superman most of the time, man. I'll be honest. I'm Superman most of the time. That's, my mind won't let me be anything else. But still, you know, I need you to be able to fly. I need you to be able to leap over tall buildings, right? I need you to make me be able to see through things, you know. I need you to be able to, you know, keep my strength at its highest level. I need you. So, you know, this is the first time I've asked you for something. So I'm asking you to, you know, be a vessel in me living my best life. So thank you for being there. Thank you for being you. Thank you for all that you have provided. You know what I mean? Thank you for everything, doors that you continue to open each day. And more importantly, thank you for these new days. Thank you for every new day, new opportunity to grow, new opportunity to turn things around if one's life is not going in the direction they wanted. New opportunity, man, to, breathe new life. What if you had a bad night? What if you had a bad day the day before? Get a new opportunity, brand new start. And it's just, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. I don't see it no other way, So I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for that. So in closing, God, I want to say to you that, everything that you've ever appeared to be, you have been and more. And I want you to know that I see you. I see you. So as if this was a prayer, we would say, close it out with a amen. So, amen, God. Amen. Thank you.